Monday, October 13th, 2025. Accra felt different. The city's English was suddenly softer, warmer, kinder. Headlines shouted, "Africans now speak English like Filipinos." It wasn't about karaoke or adobo, it was about the music of language. "Good morning, sir. For you, what can I be getting today?" Even in trotros, arguments faded into kindness. English had a new flavour, African warmth, Filipino hospitality. The world was stunned, but Accra was smiling. The change was everywhere, in the smallest moments. Call centres, once all about efficiency, now led with empathy. "Let's see how we can fix this together, okay?" Cafes in Lebone. "How is your day going? I hope this coffee makes it better." Traffic disputes became, "My brother, are you all right? No worries for the car, we can sort it out." This wasn't subservience, it was humanity. A few words changed outcomes. Businesses adopting this style saw customer satisfaction soar. The city wasn't just speaking differently, it was feeling differently. The city was changing, one gentle word at a time. Behind this shift was Io, a passionate English teacher in Accra. He taught perfect grammar, but his students' English felt robotic, cold, lacking soul. In their native languages, students were lively and empathetic. In English, they became stiff. Io realized he was teaching a version of English disconnected from Ghanaian warmth. English had become a barrier, not a bridge. He saw that focusing only on grammar missed the point. English should be a tool for connection, not just correctness. Io wanted his students to make people feel heard, not just pass exams. He set out to change not the rules, but the purpose of English. He dreamed of teaching an English that was both proper and profoundly human. The journey to gentle English had begun. One night, Io's search for better communication led him to YouTube. He found videos on Filipino call center agents, calm, patient, and incredibly polite. Phrases like, "I understand this must be frustrating for you," struck him. It wasn't just the words, but the delivery, gentle, respectful, authentic. Io dove deeper. Training modules, interviews, testimonials. Filipino agents didn't just solve problems, they built rapport. The secret was empathy, rooted in cultural values like pakikisama, getting along. It wasn't an act, it was who they were. Io realized the goal wasn't to copy, but to learn the principles. Use empathy, softening phrases, and a positive tone. The Filipino model was a template for universally kind English. But Io knew he needed to experience it firsthand. He booked a flight to Manila, determined to learn from the source. The next step of his journey was about to begin. He was ready to bring kindness home. In Manila, Io was immersed in a culture of kindness. From airport greetings to taxi rides, warmth was everywhere. At BPO centres, he observed empathy-based English training. It wasn't about grammar, it was about emotional intelligence. Trainees practiced de-escalating angry customers, focusing on feelings, not just solutions. Phrases like, "Thank you for your patience," became second nature. On the call floor, agents absorbed anger and responded with validation. This approach rebuilt trust and left customers happier. Outside the office, Io saw the same gentle respect in daily life. Kindness wasn't a corporate trick, it was a national treasure. Io left Manila with a new worldview. Kindness is strength. He was ready to transform English back home. Back in Accra, Io launched his Gentle English curriculum. It wasn't about weakness, it was about intentional gentleness for stronger results. He started with his students, teaching tone, empathy, and connection phrases. At first, they were skeptical. "May I suggest?" Felt odd. But through role-playing real-life scenarios, they saw the power of gentle English. It wasn't about losing arguments, but winning relationships. Confidence grew as students realized English could be both correct and kind. They used it outside class. Parents noticed, shopkeepers responded. English became their tool to shape the world. EO expanded to free workshops for business owners and market vendors. He called it the kindness advantage. Hotel staff learned to welcome guests warmly. Taxi drivers handled disputes with grace. Simple rules. Validate feelings, use we, and speak gently. The message, kindness gets results. The seeds of a revolution were planted one workshop at a time. Accra was changing, and the world was watching. The change spread quickly. EO students brought gentle English into the workforce. Aqua, a call center agent, wowed her managers with empathy and connection. Her techniques became mini workshops for colleagues. Team performance soared. Faster de-escalation, higher retention. The company made gentle English official policy, hiring EO as a consultant. Other businesses followed: hotels, restaurants, even government offices. A cafe owner saw a 15% revenue jump. Customers came for the feeling, not just the coffee. Kindness proved good for business. Students with gentle English skills excelled in interviews and jobs. Schools across Ghana adopted the curriculum. Gentle English became a national point of pride. The ripple effect turned into a wave, transforming workplaces. Ghana's professional landscape was changing, one gentle word at a time. The movement was unstoppable. Kindness was now a competitive advantage. The world was taking notice. The movement couldn't be contained by Ghana's borders. Business leaders from Nigeria, Kenya, Rwanda and beyond came to learn. They saw soaring satisfaction rates and happier workplaces. EO was invited to Lagos, then Nairobi, then Kigali. Soon, gentle English trainers were everywhere, adapting the core principles to local cultures. Each country made it their own. Nigeria added humour, Ethiopia added formality. The movement enhanced, not erased, cultural differences. It created a Pan-African framework of empathy. Africa's reputation shifted from inefficiency to emotional intelligence and care. International companies sought out African service centres for their human touch. Africa became the world's hub for empathetic communication. The continent's greatest resource was now its kindness. A stunning reversal was underway. This was more than a new way to speak English. It was a shift in how people related to each other. The real revolution was emotional, not linguistic. Connection was prioritized over correctness, empathy over efficiency. Gentle English became a tool for unity, not division. Africans took ownership of English, infusing it with warmth and community. The language became a bridge, not a barrier. Practicing empathy at work led to more empathetic homes and communities. The movement was a continent-wide lesson in emotional intelligence. The world, once shocked, became inspired. Kindness proved to be a strategic advantage. The great shift of 2025 taught a simple truth. The grammar of the heart matters most. And kindness is a language everyone understands.